Today's episode is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Renewal by Andersen offers you a better way to a better window. Go to RBACentralPADeals.com for this month's specials. 6 men have been charged for their roles in a gun trafficking ring that operated out of Bucks and Montgomery counties. Meanwhile, Pennsylvania may get a piece of the opioid settlement announced by CVS and Walgreens last week. PennDOT's looking for snowplow drivers. And a mall was temporarily shut down because of a deer. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. Police in Bucks and Montgomery counties have identified 6 men that have been part of a gun trafficking ring that's been operating throughout the region for the past 2 years, reports the Bucks County Courier-Times. The men are said to have illegally trafficked over 30 guns in the area since 2020 through straw purchases, meaning someone legally bought the guns, then sold them to someone who legally can't have them. The group was eventually caught after one member, Clayton Robinson, was found with an illegal firearm after getting arrested for a drug offense, prompting an investigation. All 6 are charged with offenses such as corrupt organizations and conspiracy to commit that offense. Their preliminary hearing is scheduled for next month. CVS and Walgreens announced last week that they were prepared to pay about $5 billion each over the next 15 years to settle various lawsuits concerning their roles in the opioid crisis, reports Philly Voice. And Pennsylvania is set to potentially receive part of this total $10 billion. However, this deal isn't final yet and won't be until a majority of government plaintiffs agree to terms, Pennsylvania being one of them. Attorney General Josh Shapiro explained to Philly Voice via email how his office is continually working with both pharmacies to iron out a final agreement. CVS and Walgreens also added that pledging this money is not an admission of wrongdoing on their part. Winter is coming, and PennDOT is looking for snowplow drivers before it gets here, states the Tribune Review. Although there are already a number of temporary drivers currently taking a 2-week training course to ready themselves to clear roads of snow, the agency is in need of more. PennDOT's specifically looking for operators that have a commercial driver's license. Anyone hired will get paid $18.50 an hour, plus benefits for seniority from when they start the gig. Writes PennLive's Chris Moutner, quote, "Maybe he was looking to spend a few bucks," says PennLive. People at Park City Center Mall in Lancaster were pretty surprised last week to see a deer casually walk through an entrance near a Qdoba before heading into JCPenney. The deer eventually made its way to the dressing rooms, and the mall temporarily closed down while it was in there. Whether the deer intended to try some stuff on remains unknown, as its retail therapy session was cut short by the State Game Commission. The deer sadly returned to the wild with no new outfit for the winter season. That wraps up today's episode. For even more Pennsylvania news and beyond, visit PennLive.com. And please don't forget to rate this podcast on Apple or Amazon and to leave an honest review. Thanks ahead of time, and of course, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll be back again tomorrow for another round of Today in PA. Today's episode is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Renewal by Andersen offers you a better way to a better window. Go to RBACentralPADeals.com for this month's specials.